Paul, so much to talk about. I might as well just ask, what did you make of what was a pulsating game to watch?
I thought it was a hell of a game of football, hell of an advert for League Two. I don't know what it was like for the players, and I don't know what it was like for the supporters, but I'm absolutely drained. I'm shattered, and I'm just delighted we've got over the line. Delighted we've got the victory. I just said to the players in there that they started back in June, and this may only seem like a small reward to have made sure we stay in the Football League, but it's actually massive. It's a big thing. They've got to make sure they realise that, and it's huge to stay up. And I know everybody will say, well, you'd have been up anyway if you'd have lost, because Oldham lost, but I don't care. This was about making sure we did this right today against a really good Mansfield side. I really like Mansfield. I like Nigel and Andy Garner. I really hope they can go on and get themselves back in the playoffs and have a right good go to get out of the league. But today is just about us. It's about us getting that 3 points, getting a victory. I'm so pleased with the way we went about it second half. It was so much better, so much closer to what we asked, and it's a huge 3 points in the great scheme of things.
I mean, it is, in context, we're safe and we're happy about that. There's things to talk about, but to have done it on our own terms, yeah, that matters.
Of course it does, yeah. I mean, everybody said to me, well, you'll be all right because Forest Green will beat Oldham, but it's not always that straightforward, and I really wanted to do it in front of our own fans. I wanted us to get that victory. It's been a frustrating, a little bit disappointing last 4 games, but today I thought they went about it really well. And again, I'll say it, second half. I thought first half we got away with one because it was over the line. I've seen a still of it. At the time I didn't know. I've seen it now back on the video, and we got away with one, and we have to be thankful for that. But I always say that you can talk about tactics, and you can talk about work ethic and all those sorts of things, but you also have to have luck, and I've had luck along the way, you know. I know I have, you know, in the things that I've achieved so far in my football time as a player and as a coach. I know I've been lucky. You know, I'll go back to when I was 17-year-old and I had an absolute nightmare in the first half for Man City reserves, and Bob Stokoe, the Carlisle manager, left. He was going to take me on a free, and I was so bad he left at half time. And then next weekend I get in Man City's first team, and who knows what would have happened if I'd have played well. So you have to have luck along the way, and I've always known that. Today we rode it, but second half there was no luck involved in that. We had an unbelievable spirit and unbelievable determination, and we had players with a desire to go and get forward, and really with a bit of more clinical finishing we could have been home and hosed and got 2 or 3 on the scoreboard. So I'll take one, but there's things that we still need to be better at.
You included, we've all grumbled through that 4-game run that we've just had, Paul. What happened this week that got that, because that was a team that was at it?
I don't really know, to be honest with you. Personnel, you know, we've played with a back 3, and we've wanted wing backs to go and be really positive and get forward. And when there's a team up against us playing only one striker, I want outside centre backs to go and join in and get forward. I want midfielders to go and be positive. And I thought, and then obviously strikers I do as well. And I thought we had that second half. We wanted it first half, but for whatever reason we didn't get it. And I don't think there was a lack of desire to work hard, because what I said to them at half time was, I can't fault you working, but what you're doing, you're working back in, and we're sitting there with a back 8, and then you're having to make another 30-yard run to go and close down. So instead of recovering all the way back in, recover into a better position, and then you've only got a 10-yard press to go and make. And I thought we did that, and we were able to then nick it. We had Dicko was nicking things, Gibbo was getting in and around their players, and we were able to then win the ball back and transition from probably half of their pitch to go in, instead of transitioning from our own half. So it was a little bit more of a front foot mentality, and I think that's what got us the result today in the end.
When you make 4 changes, which you did today, you want them to have an impact, and all 4 of them, to be fair, have come in and changed something for you.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, Louis has been really, really frustrated, and I decided after the last game that he was going to get his opportunity. He was very unlucky when I first come in that I chose to go with Deno, because I didn't know a hell of a lot of either of them, and it was literally a toss-up, and I went with Deno because I've seen him at Chesterfield when Jake was working at Chesterfield. I saw Deno scoring goals for them, so I went with that, and he scored goals and we won games. So Louis had to be really patient, but I'll give him his due. His attitude has been absolutely first class from the day I walked in, even though he's had the frustration of not playing, and I explained it to him early on why he wasn't playing, and he took it on the chin. Today I just thought, do you know what, after the way you've gone about your business, you deserve an opportunity today. And I mean, he's worked his socks off. He's made, even when he hasn't won headers, he's made it difficult for their centre halves to get a clean header. I mean, he's brought that one down off Mark Howard on his chest and linked up to get our goal. So he thoroughly deserves the opportunity. The two wing backs played higher than they have been before they got left out, and they were left out to be rested. I felt as though, because of the results that we'd had with John Mellish in the back three, I wanted to go back to that. With hindsight, I probably should have found another solution to the midfield problem, but I couldn't think of one, if I'm going to be really honest with you. Today, I thought the midfield did really well. Danny slotted in there and played well alongside Brennan. So all in all, it was good, and it worked today. I've had other days where it hasn't worked, but today's been a good one.
Got to mention Joe, because it looked like he thought, right, you're giving me the shirt, I'm going to show you what I can do here.
Well, Joe played like a wing back how I want him to do, and if he'd have scored that goal when he went on that maze run, it would have been an absolute worldie goal. And he shattered. You know what, they're all shattered in there, and I said, look around the dressing room here now, you're all breathing out your backside, you're all tight with hamstrings and this and that, and that's what you have to be after every game. It is not easy being a footballer. It is the best life possible, but you've got to work to be successful, and that's what I want to do. I want to make sure they work as hard as they possibly can, and sometimes when you work really hard, you get a little bit of luck and things go your way.
Mari spoke to us a few weeks ago, and he said if things aren't going right in a game, he pulls left. He gets himself into that position where he can see the ball and do something. He scored some goals from there, and another one today. Yeah,
really good. You know, maybe could have had a few more. I think second half on our transitions, I don't know because I've not seen it all back, but we could easily have scored 2, 3, 4 goals with those transitions. Set play delivery was good. Morgan was unfortunate. Donnell, I don't know how we didn't score first half with his header, and then another one second half. So we've had lots and lots of chances, and I'll go back to saying it, I know we got a bit of luck in the first half because they got a goal that didn't get given, but that's the luck that I wanted us to have, and we've got our rewards in the end.
The sponsors went with Mark Howard. I know he could have had 4 or 5 different man of the matches, but he's shown us again why he's there.
He made some great saves, and the other thing that I was really pleased with today, he come and took some crosses as well, which is really good because it's such a relief when you're sitting in that technical area and you see your goalkeeper coming for crosses. And he took a few, made some really good saves, first and second half, and kept us involved in the game. And that's what he's there for, and hopefully he'll carry on doing that.
Jack Armour went in for a tackle and went off slightly fairly soon after. Can you tell us what's happened there?
Well, he just said his hamstring was a little bit tight. He got a kick as well, but I'm not worried about kicks. It was more his hamstring was tight, and I wasn't prepared to take the chance on that. I think it was more fatigue, because it's funny that when you start working hard in games, you do get a little bit tired and a little bit tight, and we need to make sure that we keep working and we'll look after them this week and make sure they're fresh, ready to go and work hard again next weekend.
You revealed last weekend that you'd targeted the Easter weekend for safety. You've done it with some amount of style today, and with the run that we had that got us the points. How pleased are you with all of this?
Oh, absolutely delighted. I'm delighted, and I'm relieved as well, because I didn't want to come here and fail in what I was asked to do. So to do it now, and to be able to, I suppose relax is the wrong word, but certainly be a lot easier. My week will be a lot easier. I've got a really tough week this week. I've got two funerals to go to, which is really sad, but it'll certainly be a much better week now that we've got that victory, and we can move on and get ready for the next one with a clear conscience that it's now finishing the season. It's about pride and finishing with as many points and high up in the table as we possibly can.
You know, all of these questions I've just asked, there's only really one question that matters now, because we are safe. It's you, Paul. When will the fans know? I know you can't answer right now because nothing's changed, but when will we know what is happening with you?
As soon as I know, it's simple as that. There will be conversations. I've already had a conversation with John Nixon about it. I want to gather all of the information that I've explained how I think the club needs to be structured, and how I would like to do it. And I'm just waiting to find out. I haven't even asked about my contract. There's other things that I need to be clear on first before we even worry about my contract. And it's a case of making sure that the club can be structured properly to give us a fighting chance. And I've also said that we need to be prepared for a little bit of pain along the way, because there's going to have to be some changes. And let's see. I mean, I'm quite sure we'll have another conversation again this week, and I think they're all over there in the boardroom. I think they're all just massively relieved. They keep saying thank you to me, but I've loved it. I've really enjoyed it. I've got to thank them for giving me the invite to come in here. It's been a really, really big challenge, really big adventure. I've loved it, and hopefully, if it's the right possibilities to go and take the club forward, then hopefully I'll still be talking next season as well.
I have to ask this as well, Paul, because I suppose in terms of shop windows, you're at the moment in Harrods rather than Woolies. Has anybody been in touch? Is there anywhere else that you're likely to go at the moment?
No, it's really funny because people have this perception that when you win some games of football, there's going to be other clubs banging the door down. There's nobody banging the door down for me at this moment in time. No, there isn't, and I'm not throwing my name out to people. I don't have an agent, so I'm not touting myself for anything at all. I just deal with the now. I deal with what's going on now. There's no point me thinking what if. It's irrelevant, all of that. It's a case of let's see whether this is right, and if it is, then let's take it forward.
Last one from me. It is the now. 3 games to go. How do you approach them now that we are safe?
Well, I just said it. We will have to finish with as many points on the table as we possibly can and finish as high up as we possibly can. I won't be letting up, and I won't be asking the players to let up. Whether they thought 4 games ago we were safe and have took the foot off a little bit, I don't really know. Whether they think now that we are safe we can take the foot off, but that won't be the case from me, and I know it won't be from the rest of the staff. I mean, Gav's talking there saying, if we could get 3 wins we can finish here, there and everywhere. Well, that's how we have to be, because I'm quite sure the supporters are delighted with that. I think we'll get numbers travelling, we'll get numbers at home again, and we've got to make it as good as we possibly can for these last 3 games.
Thank you.